When I was 8 years old, I started speech and drama lessons, and I followed all my Lambda exams. And at the time, I wasn't doing amazingly well at school. I was going down a couple of classes to get my reading books, and my spelling, my punctuation really wasn't great. And actually, it was learning speech and drama that helped me with everything academically. Not only did it give me more confidence, but it also helped me to understand the way in which we punctuate in the English language. When you learn to speak, if you really learn how to follow the punctuation with your voice, so inflecting at commas and lowering at full stops, it helps you to punctuate. So I've been using this with primary school children at schools in Essex and London to help them to spell and to punctuate better. So we're working with poems, and it's enabling them to understand the reason why we have a comma or a full stop. Because without those, it would be very difficult for us to read something clearly. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to read a poem for you, or recite one, and I'm going to use my voice to indicate where we have commas and where we have full stops. And I wonder whether you'll be able to guess what the punctuation is like. Now this is an anonymous poem, so it doesn't have an author, but you may know it. If you think you're beaten, you are. If you think you dare not, you don't. If you'd like to win, but think you can't, it's almost a cinch you won't. Life's battles don't always go to the stronger or faster man, but soon or late, the man who wins is the one who thinks he can. So you may have noticed there that I paused a lot and I inflected my voice. Most of the time I inflected my voice on commas. So if we look at the first line, it might be helpful to have this in front of you. If you think you're beaten, notice how my voice just inflects on that last syllable of beaten. And it's no coincidence that I have a comma after that. If you think you're beaten, you are. And I have a full stop after are, which is why I'm just bringing my voice down to indicate that that idea is finished. And I'll go on to the next line. If you think you dare not, you don't. Just notice the anticipation that it creates when I inflect my voice and pause. And you can do this for great effect when you're communicating with people. You can create a lot of anticipation just by inflecting and pausing. It's almost like you're teasing your audience with your words, teasing your audience with your voice. And then they want to know what comes next, don't they? So following punctuation is about inflection. And each time you inflect at a comma, you have a license to pause. And also, you may have noticed that I was emphasizing those words as well. If you think you're beaten, you are. So not only did I inflect, but I also emphasized that word. So the combination of the two, the three in fact, the emphasis, the inflection, and then the pause, creates a really, really lovely sound that's much more engaging. So you might want to have a go at this yourself. Just read through this poem, following the punctuation with your voice, just inflecting slightly. So you'll notice that your soft palate just rises up at the back when you inflect. You'll start to become more aware of it. And if you have problems with this, it might be a good idea just to come back to the warm-up section and just to keep doing that stretch until you start to notice that it becomes easier. So essentially we're lifting the voice up. So keep practicing, keep working on following punctuation by reading, but also work on it when you're just communicating with people on a social level. Keep practicing all the time. Practice is key here.